McDowell County, West Virginia echoes to the sound of used-to-bes. There used to be 100,000 people in the county. Used to be. Back when the coal mines ran 3 shifts a day. That's another used-to-be. Automation cut back the workforce, machines replaced men. That was already an issue back in 1960 when John F. Kennedy was campaigning here.
What are your plans for the situation existing in the coal mines in West Virginia?
I think there are at least 4 or 5 things the government can do. First is the area redevelopment bill.
JFK carried the county, carried the state. Folks here used to be staunch Democrats. Used to be.
Well, I graduated from high school over here in 1973, and it was bustling then. The streets were full, the businesses were here, and then I got laid off in '82. That's when the bottom went out.
McDowell County today, says Sheriff Martin West, is in desperate straits.
And this county, it was one of the most prosperous in the state at one time. These were the billion-dollar coal fields, and they were just enjoying the richness of it. And now we're on the bottom, and we're being totally neglected.
Most of the mines are closed now, and the county's down to fewer than 19,000 residents. Too many of those on welfare and food stamps. Unemployment is more than double the national rate. This used to be a Walmart. Used to be. So when the voters went to the polls last Tuesday...
You look at our miners. Hillary Clinton wants to put all the miners out of business.
I'd say 90% of West Virginia will vote for Donald Trump, you know. I ain't gonna say he is a savior. If we do have a chance, he could possibly help us out.
McDowell County was unambiguously Trump country.
I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump. Trump.
I like to see Trump win.
President Donald J. Trump, 46-14. Hillary Clinton, 14-29.
Donald Trump swept West Virginia, trounced Hillary Clinton in McDowell County by almost 4-1. You really think things are going to change?
I think that he can help us, yeah.
Sheriff West used to work in the mines. Then he spent 7 years at this processing plant where they cleaned and sorted the coal that fired the furnaces at U.S. Steel. It's shut down now.
They put all these regulations on us from Washington, and the mines is trying to operate. The people is counting on that in order to feed their family, to pay their bills, and obey the regulations that we have, but they keep putting more regulations upon us.
The Sterling Drive-In, established 1945, is one of the only places left that hasn't shut down. It's a good place to talk. This is Dolores Johnson.
I'm the president of the McDowell County Chamber of Commerce.
Dolores and Leroy Johnson have been married for almost 4 decades. He's a retired coal miner, among other jobs.
My name is Brandon Burks. I'm a correctional officer at Stevens Correctional Center.
This is Kristen Mitchum, an unemployed single mother of 3 young children. When Mitchum was in 9th grade, Ed Evans was her science teacher. Now he's in state politics.
Recently elected to the West Virginia House of Delegates.
Eddie?
Eddie Asbury, and I'm a president of Southern Minerals Coal Company. I got 7 coal mines. I've got 4 of them running, 3 of them are down.
I want you folks to tell me why it is that people down here in McDowell County were so much smarter than everybody in New York and Washington and Los Angeles and Chicago. What did you know, Brendan, that we didn't know?
Really, to me, Donald Trump is probably the only way this county, and let alone state's going to survive. I mean, we've always been a coal county.
Is Donald Trump going to be able to make a difference? Is the coal industry ever going to come back?
It's not going to come back to where it was. I don't think we'll see the level, but I think we will see some return of coal.
It's not a United States market or state market or county market. It's a world market. We got to compete in the world,
And you think Donald Trump's going to be able to do that more
I believe he
effectively?
will. I do believe he will. And I'll be honest with you, I've been a Democrat all my life. all my life.
Leroy Johnson used to work in one of Eddie Asbury's mines, but when it comes to politics, they part ways.
I voted for Hillary because she was more experienced and she was talking about more of the policies that we need and the things that we need to work on. Donald wasn't talking that. He was just throwing words out there, giving people what they wanted to hear. And I didn't think that was right.
You didn't vote, did you?
I did not vote.
Why the hell not?
I felt that this was the most ridiculous election I've ever witnessed in my life. I know I'm young, but they went about it the most childish way I think someone ever could. Through the whole election, I never heard either party talk about the lower class. I'm lower class. They're worried about middle class and higher class.
You're from here, you were born here?
I was born and raised here.
So you know a lot of people your own age?
I do.
Is there a lot of desperation?
There truly is. I would have never imagined in my life that I would be in this kind of position. I don't want to leave my home, but I feel as if I'm being forced out of my home because there's nothing here anymore.
Dolores, you're nodding your head. You see a lot of this?
Yes, and I agree with what she's saying. It's sad.
The nuclear family in McDowell County is really broken down. You know, we have somewhere in the high 40% of kids that do not live with their natural mothers and fathers.
Because?
Most of them will go off to find jobs in other places. They'll mail money back to grandma who takes care, or Uncle Bill who takes care of the kids.
What's coming out of this community to me is that a lot of people voted for Donald Trump because they felt, what the hell? What have we got to lose?
Mm-hmm.
You buy that?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Well, we have nowhere to go but up.
There's a little disagreement about when McDowell County held its first Veterans Day Parade, either 1918 or 1919, but it's one of the oldest in the country.
Hey!
This last Veterans Day, Friday, was picture perfect. The parade came down McDowell Street and you could barely notice all the shut down stores. There was a flavor of what it must have been like. Not everyone, but most people seemed ready to give their president-elect a real chance. The voters of McDowell County gave Donald Trump a 4-to-1 margin of victory. I think because you said he's going to bring the coal industry back.
That's right.
You think he can do it?
I think he can do anything he said he could do. He's that good.
With the kids chanting their thanks to the veterans, and the high school bands, and the crowds lining either side of the street, you almost had a feeling of how it used to be.